innocence, there was no escaping the depression.
I just can't remember the last time I worked. I could blush with repentance and shame. When I think of the years that I've spent on the dole, well, I can't bear the sound of my name. But I'm going to reform and I'm looking around for a job that I think I can do. I'll just work like a horse and have no more remorse. There'll be no need for me to feel blue.
Social desolation produced a great hunger for laughter and entertainment, and out of that hunger came the new-style holiday resort. The Victorian seaside town turned into a fun factory.
Now every year about July, when summertime comes round, there's lots and lots of people at the seaside to be found. Some play golf or tennis, others like to take a rest. But here's the kind of exercise that I enjoy the best when I go swimming with the women. See, I do have a real good time, bobbing up and down in the water. It comes just below me, some Dixie line.
Blackpool was George's natural parish, but he was discovering that his comedy could travel. By the mid-1930s, he was a top-of-the-bill attraction in theatres all over Britain. Then, in 1935, assiduously prodded by Beryl, he came up with a brilliantly simple idea. He would break into the glittering world of motion pictures by making his own movie. Shot in a friend's garage, it took only 2 weeks to make and cost just £3,000. A string of crude cameos about behind-the-scenes hotel life, it had a storyline so thin it was almost invisible. But Beryl, who co-starred, knew that it was the songs that mattered. Years before, she'd persuaded George to put those uke-accompanied songs at the centre of his act.
You know, Snooky.
What?
When I wrote this song, I was thinking about you.
Were you really?
Baby, you're my sweetheart. Baby, say we'll never part. I'm coming.
Remembered as the gentlest of clowns, George showed an interesting glint of another side to his character in this curious film. He played a truculent little squirt from below stairs, and for the first and last time in a film, he encountered someone even more gormless than himself.
You can have a yellow room. A yellow room? Oh, I would positively die in one of those. Oh, we can't have a little love duckling, can we? Oh, fairies. Here we go, nuts today, nuts today, nuts today. Here we go, nuts today, let's go to the frosty morning. Here we go, gathering nuts today, nuts today, nuts today. Here we go, gathering nuts today, let's go to the frosty morning. Down the fridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Down the fridge is falling down, now turn down. Get out, go on.
Boots was essentially George's stage act shifted to the screen. It ended, like the stage show, with the low-life buffoon transformed magically into a suave crooner.
Promise me that you'll never stray away, my baby. Baby, you're mine.
This was to be George's last passionate screen kiss. Beryl would see to that. Suddenly, George was a hot property. Associated Talking Pictures looked at Boots and its equally crude sequel, Off the Dole, and saw money. They signed George to a 7-year contract, and the Formbys flew to Blackpool to promote George's first Ealing film. The movie career had taken off.
It's in the air, this funny feeling everywhere. The sun is shining everywhere, and spring makes everybody sing. It's in the air. It's in the air. There's great excitement here and there. The sun is shining everywhere, and spring makes everybody
In his first leading film, George introduced the character he would play with minor variations in 22 movies. A ridiculous Galahad, whose heart is pure, even if his brain is addled. A small-town twerp who dreams of glory, even of winning a TT race.
If there's one thing that I like, it's riding around on the motorbike. I'm a speed king when the ones begin. I once won first prize 2 and 6. I know all the dirt like dirty tricks. I'm a marvel when I'm out to win. My race, I am the best. I ride 5 miles and skip the rest. No couple of TV rallying TT races.
For all its rough edges, No Limit was a film of genuine charm that celebrated, as all his films would, the triumph of innocence over sophistication. It also gave George the chance to exploit his passion for motorbikes.
Right, coming. Just a minute. Stay there like a good Muslim.
No Limit, I think, had been made 3 or 4 years before I first saw it, but that's the one that hooked me. The poor little man struggling against the insurmountable odds and all the baddies and all the nasties, and then battled through to win the TT race, pushing the motorbike over the finishing line because the baddies had done something nasty to the machinery, and one's heart filled up for him because he's staggering, absolutely finished and exhausted, and 200 yards to go, and the little man won through. It was marvellous, and when he laughed, the whole world seemed to laugh with him. I remember going to the cinema and being surrounded on either side by, I don't mean this snobbishly, working class people, paying 6pence, which was a lot of money for a seat, and elderly ladies wheezing and coughing and spluttering with laughter, bursting out of their corsets, as the saying used to be in those days, in hysterics, in stitches, watching George Formby films, and tears streaming down their faces, and gassing about it all the way home, and talking the picture over again from A to Z at the bus stop. You know, things like that.
Mr. Mendes, let me out. I can't stop in here. I'd rather be shot.
Aha, Mr. Mendes. Your passage is booked to London. Pity you didn't get the Macaulay. Perhaps I will.
I'm going to shell. Here we go.
Never touch me.
George, are you hurt? George, say something.
Turned out nice again.